Hey friends, so I am in a radio studio in College Station and I am about to be interviewed on the Bad with Money with Gaby Dunn podcast. I'm very excited. I'm a huge fan of Gaby and I'm very excited to offer her my quote unquote expertise when it comes to saving money, paying off debt, and being very transparent about my income on the internet. So don't worry, I will link you down below for everything. I'm nervous but excited. This is fun. This is the room. The crew's back there. Got a microphone. When the producer of the show emailed me to ask if I might be interested, I thought it might be like a phone patch-in thing, or maybe like a Skype, but no, they've got me set up in like a whole thing. Okay, so I just finished being interviewed by the Gaby Dunn, and she was so incredibly sweet. She's actually watched my channel. She said she fell down a YouTube internet black hole one day and just kind of was in the whole frugal YouTuber land. And she said she was shocked that debt YouTube was a thing and that it was a cool thing. And so I'm so incredibly excited that she chose me to reach out to interview about my debt journey. I don't feel like I did very well, but I never feel like I do well. I wrote pages and pages of notes and I didn't use any of them at all. But it was a lot of fun. It was short. It only took about a half an hour, and I sincerely hope that I gave her what she needed. It was neat. It was really neat. I got to talk about Dave Ramsey. I got to talk about budgeting, and Scorched Earth, and you guys. So it was really cool. And yeah, I guess check it out below because I'm not going to post this video until the episode drops. So okay, I hope I don't sound dumb. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
A little more of a voice in our own
My Bad with Money episode is on. I'm one of 3 guests on the Tips and Tricks episode, and I'm listening to it for the first time.
We're going to start the show with someone whose videos I really love, Sarah Wilson, or as she's better known on YouTube, Budget Girl. Hi,
I'm cool.
I'm Sarah Wilson. I run a YouTube channel called Budget Girl, where I talk about getting out of debt and living a fun and frugal life on a budget while not absolutely giving up some sort of semblance of life. So it's aggressive debt payment and then living wonderfully and living with money. Winning with money, I should say.
The project started on April 10th of 2014. You put up a video telling the whole world about your debt and giving the exact amount you owe in the title, which was at the time $31,659. Which is sort of this unheard of thing. What prompted you to post that video?
Well, I was mad. I was a couple of years out of college. I had been deferring my debt. I had just come out of this little bout of unemployment, and I decided never again did I want to feel that fear and that hopelessness of not knowing where my next paycheck was going to come from, and then having all this debt looming and building interest, and it was like my life was completely out of control, and I felt like I'd made terrible decisions. And when I got to Louisiana, where I was living at the time, I'd gotten a new job, and I decided that I was going to take control over my money. And then I shortly thereafter realized that no one else around me that I knew was also doing the same thing. So I decided I needed some sort of accountability, some sort of community, and why not just send it out to the entire world? And it worked. I'll be debt-free this month.
Where did the debt come from? How did it happen?
It was all student loans. I have a bachelor's degree in communications and journalism, and I actually took out more than I needed to pay for school to live on, like a lot of college students do, not realizing that it was dumb. It's just so much easier to add a couple $1,000s when you're signing that financial aid loan agreement, and you don't think about it when you're 18.
So wait, what were some of the things that you cut out?
Okay. There are some simple things. There's some painless things. When you use the word sacrifice, it sounds very heavy. But, instead of going out to fancy dinner, drinks, everything like that with your friends on a Friday night, invite them over, have a taco bar or something. Everybody brings something. You actually end up having a wonderful night playing Cards Against Humanity, and it's so much cheaper. I used to do that with my group of friends in Louisiana. It doesn't have to cost money to have fun.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the link below and let you guys go and listen to the rest of the episode there, because it's way too awkward for me to just hold the camera and listen to myself talk. But yeah, she was really amazing to talk to. I would love for you to go check it out. Gaby now is one of my YouTube subscribers, which is the craziest thing on the planet. I'm a huge fan of hers, and I think what she's doing is absolutely amazing, teaching people about money in this really hilarious, really upbeat way. And I just can't tell you how thrilled I am to just be a tiny little part of that. Okay, so I'm still listening, and Gaby names each episode. They're always really funny, and this one is called Stone Cold Good Damn Reasons, aka Tips and Tricks. And she names each one of her episodes with kind of a little snippet that is something someone said, and I didn't think that I said that. However, I just heard myself answer a question saying that, and so she took one of my quotes to name the episode. See if I can play it.
With my debt so proactively, I have definitely had to put stock in myself, figuring out how to make more money, figuring out how to advance my career, and really having a stone cold hard good damn reason to do it, because I wanted to be out of debt as fast as possible. During that, I had to negotiate higher salaries, which is something.
I think that's the end of my section.
Coming up, some great life hacks to save money at restaurants and clothing stores. Mixed with a debate about feminism and
I didn't sound like an idiot. And based off of the clip she just saw, I didn't think that there were so many things I forgot to talk about, like meal planning and like bringing my lunch, and that, you know, you're probably eating your retirement by spending so much money on eating out. But apparently they have some sort of miracle working editing crew, because I didn't sound like a moron at all, I don't think. I mean, maybe y'all think, but y'all tend to be kind, and I tend to be very hard on myself. So yeah, please go listen to the episode. I'm so thrilled. This is my first interview about Budget Girl, well, where I had to actually talk and form cogent sentences. I did have an article done on me by another reporter friend who works in my hometown of Long Beach, and just because I know his writing style so well, I didn't have we were friends, so I knew he wasn't going to make me sound bad, and it felt more like just a friend's conversation when I was talking to him, so I hadn't been nervous about that one. This I was nervous about, because I felt like I was stumbling over myself, but I don't think I sounded like a moron. I've been kind of racking myself over the past 2 weeks about this. Please go watch it, or listen to it. Please go listen to it. It is available, if you just Google Bad with Money with Gaby Dunn. You can play it online on podbay.fm, or there's another one called Stitcher, or you can listen to it in iTunes. The podcast is absolutely free. I've been listening to this podcast for a while. It's really fun, and you learn a whole lot. So, especially possibly from this episode, I hope. So yeah, that was it. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the episode, because apparently the other gurus are Bobby Rebel, author of How to Be a Financial Grown-Up, and Gene Chatsky of The Today Show. So that's some pretty amazing company. I'm gonna listen to the rest of the episode and then have my pool party. Bye. One thing, now that I've messaged every person I've ever met the link to the podcast, during the interview, Gaby did ask me about people that, you know, what plan I followed and what financial gurus have inspired me. And I talked about Dave Ramsey. And in the podcast, some of the words I use are like, live like no one else, plan your month before it begins. And I just don't want anyone to think that I am trying to steal from him and say that those ideas are my own. They are not. And obviously, if you're here watching on Budget Girl and you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm on the Dave Ramsey plan. You know that I am a huge, massive fan fan of his, and I just don't want anyone to think that I tried to adopt any of his, phraseology as being my own ideas. Rory, as you can see, is very excited about her mom being interviewed on a podcast. She cares so much.
Like, if I've personally sold clothes tons of times to make extra money. It's hard to think about fighting the system when you're hungry because you haven't been able to buy food. So maybe it's a little of both, and I should calm down. Or not, or I'm just going to continue to get progressively angrier.
That wasn't it, but Rory. Before that, I got a little shout out at the end too. So listen to it all the way through. It was a really cool episode, and I just can't tell you enough how thrilled I was to have had that opportunity. It's cool. I kind of got to meet via telephone one of my feminist icons. And I know she's like, we're the same age, but she does amazing, amazing stuff. And that was so cool to be able to talk with her. So check it out. Check it out. Rory wants you to.